Greetings, whānau and family and friends. Hey, so this is a different day, Tuesday, the German god Tu, the day of him. So tomorrow I will be having surgery done. Yes, so that's why I'm coming to you today. It's a hysterectomy, a total hysterectomy, and it was like, yay! Oh, awesome! No more pain down there, no more bleeding for 3 months, and all those other horrible things that middle-aged ladies like myself go through. Yep, and the fibroids, yeah, no more of those little buggers, no. So I'm very happy. So I'm bringing you a video today because I won't be doing one tomorrow. Obviously, I'll be rather asleep. So it is a follow-up to last week's poem that I did, the Remember Your Nightmares. I have written a few thoughts on fear and fury. These were written on the 6th of the 3rd, 2023. So, these words I speak are my thoughts about the subject of how fear and fury interfere with the positive progress of one's own life, and how fear and anger might interfere with the positive progress of the human race, and the impact of fear and fury on the environment we live in, not just globally, like the whole planet, but anything, like around us, like, our immediate surroundings, garden, that sort of thing, parks, yeah. Nothing is in isolation from anything else on Earth. I think that fear and fury are negative emotions. I think that if we are in a state of mind where we're constantly feeling these emotions, the fight or flight, our physical health becomes impaired. And this is what I've experienced myself in my own lifetime. I think that negative emotions leak out of us and adversely affects other people and animals living in proximity to us, and it seems to have a detrimental effect on our immediate environment, like our house, our gardens, our streets, and our cities. Do fossil fuels contain fear and fury? What traumatic events laid down the beds of crude oil and coal? Did the destruction of animal and plant life absorb fear and fury? This is something from my subconscious mind. I'm questioning if the excavation of crude oil and coal might be contributing to emotional pollution as well as the gaseous pollution. I've noticed that places where oil is stored or processed seems to have a dark spirit to them. Places where coal is extracted and processed appear to have a similar dark aura to them. Have any of you noticed this? Or is it my imagination? I think that fear and fury are part of the fossil fuels. Leftover psychic echoes of whatever catastrophe created the fossil fuels. So, how did I recognize that my life was exasperated by fear and fury? Well, it wasn't until I was in my late 40s when I injured myself at my cleaning job that I began to suspect something was wrong with my with my attitude towards myself. Yeah, something was wrong with my attitude towards myself. Fortunately, I fitted the criteria for free therapy and had an empathic female doctor who got the ball rolling for me in regards to the correct therapy to best help me. It took me 3 years of cognitive behavioral therapy by a bioenergetic therapist to help me peel the onion of my life. If you're curious about bioenergetic therapy, I recommend going to www.verywellmind, that's all lowercase in one word, .com. That's www.verywellmind.com. And reading the information on that website about bioenergetic therapy, it's very good. After completing therapy, lol, I didn't want to begin, but once I got into it, I didn't want it to end. It took me a further 3 years for me to reprogram myself. The fear and fury from childhood was buried deep inside me, and like nuclear waste, it had been leaking and spreading its poison into every aspect of my life, physical, mental, and spiritual. So now, as I gaze back along the path of my life, I can identify where fear and fury messed up my life with self-sabotage. The spin-off effect of becoming cognizant about my own self-sabotage from fear and fury is that I became aware of the same effect that seems rampant throughout the rest of the human race, bosses and workers alike. I believe that fear and fury are both sides of the same coin. Heads fear, tails fury, so to speak. That one promotes the other. Some fear is good. Some fear stops us from doing stupid and insane things. A little fury is good. A little fury, getting passionate about something, and a little bit of fury now and then is good for us. But not when one's whole life is fueled by them both. You know, like the fight and flight syndrome that people have. People that have been through trauma, they tend to lash out. It's an intergenerational thing too. We learn from our parents what to fear and what to get furious about. Bad things happen to us, traumatic circumstances. And that's okay. This is part of our learning and growing as spiritual creatures on this planet. And that makes us frightened and or angry. As I say, the fight or flight reaction is part of this, and we must learn how to meet challenges without just blind reactions of fear and fury. We learn how to have positive thoughts towards ourselves. Like, I didn't even know that my self-speak conversation was totally negative. I even had this character in my head who was kicking my metaphorical ass all the time. I was never good enough. After a lifetime of this attitude towards myself, it's no wonder my body broke down. So I equate my experiences and learnings with life generally on Earth. Status quo acts by politicians and corporations that harm people and planet are part of that. People locked into the fear and fury negative cycle. Yes, bosses and workers alike. Self-sabotage is something I didn't realize I was doing in my life. I was living my life doing the best I could in my job, creating music and getting wasted and partying with mates. I thought that I was an unlucky person, that bad shit happened to me constantly. I didn't realize until my body said, "Fuck you!" and broke down. That the fear and fury were dominating all my thoughts and actions. Like with how life is lived generally on this planet, on the earth, our only home in the multiverse, this biosphere we live on, this is our home. We're born here and we eat the food from our Mother Earth. We have to look after our Mother Earth. I've had to change to begin really living, creating in stitch and yarn. And if I can change, eradicate fear and fury in my life, or at least stop myself being dominated by those things, then you can too. Let's all stitch together a better life for ourselves and for all of that which is around us, our whānau and our friends and our planet, everything around us. And remember, folks, a stitch a day keeps the unraveling at bay. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me, and don't forget to click on the like, or feel free to share this video onto other social media, because I only do YouTube now. So thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure. You guys take care, and I'll see you sometime next week. Woo!